Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Yeah, that game, 3-3. Yeah. And the worst thing about that match is that I don't even know what this even means for the title race. That's how crazy, in terms of just it felt weird come the end of it because obviously you're watching it and you're thinking, yeah, City, you just can't lose. Like, I was sitting there thinking, nah, man, City, man, you just can't lose this. Like, then they go 3-1 down after being 1-0 up and they looked ultra comfortable in the game. And I just thought, okay, yeah, this is going to be one of those. They're not going to get goals. That I fully thought they weren't going to get goals in this game. And then obviously Everton second half they just flipped a switch and they just went at it 100 miles per hour. They were just on Man City's neck like there was no tomorrow. And even before they had even scored the equalizer, I felt like they should have scored anyway. And Jai, he had so many chances to score. Like he couldn't put it in the back of the net. But again, Everton deserved to be 3-1 up at the time. I can't even lie. But I mean, to then turn it around instantly as well. Like Everton scored to make it 3-1. We kick off within, I don't even know, someone's probably going to tell me, what was it, 10 seconds? Boom, Man City score. Kovacic straight to Haaland. Boom, Haaland dinks the keeper. All right, now you're back to 3-2. Then you're thinking, ooh, if Man City can quickly score again sometime soon, I feel like they can potentially walk away with a victory. That's how I felt. But then, as the time starts ticking on, ticking on, ticking on, nothing's really happening, blah, blah, blah. Then Doku, I mean, listen, one thing I'm gonna say about Doku, I feel like he is in the Premier League anyway. Or you know what? In Europe, actually, let me not even stop it at just Premier League. In Europe, I feel he is the ultimate litmus test. Like I genuinely believe he is that test because when people talk about Doku, the first thing, and they do this for every player, not just Doku, right? The first thing people mention numbers, stats, stats, stats. Oh, his GA is dead, and his goals. He ain't got that many goals. And listen, they're not lying. People ain't lying. Of course, when you look at the numbers yourself, the numbers are not great. I'm not gonna sit here, and say that. But I promise you, I can't think of another winger in Europe, anyway, who I feel is that dangerous all the time. Like, I was trying to think of, obviously you got like the Lamine Miles, the Kvaratskhelia, Elise. He's on that level when it comes to just being, and I'll keep it about. I was gonna say he's better, but I'm gonna say his is just different. It's done in a different type of way because when I look at like a Lamine Yamal, a Kvaratskhelia, Elise, Vinicius Junior, whatever. When I look at those kind of players, I always feel like with them, it's almost like magic. It's almost like, oh, they're gonna do something wonderful, like kind of thing. So because they've got that in their locker, that's what makes them obviously the stats and whatever. But I don't really want to talk about the stats. When you're just talking about them as players, right? They've got this like something in them which is just they can just do something out of the ordinary. Do you get what I'm saying? Where you're just like, rah, only he could do something like that. Whereas Doku, brother, this you is relentless. He is relentless, bro. Like I don't feel like any right back wants to face this guy. What for 90 minutes against him? Someone who just that nah, long, 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 long. It is long. You don't want to face that. Listen, I played left back, and I promise you, my favorite kind of at the time anyway. My favorite type of player to play against was someone who was just fast. Because I was fast, like super fast. So I was like, all right, that's calm. You know what I'm saying? I can match your pace. If anything, I might be faster than you. Even if you're even just that little bit faster, I can defend against that. Do you get what I'm saying? Like you can find ways around it, drop a little bit deeper, maybe get some help from it. Like I can defend against that. You see, trying to come up against a brother who's all about like they just done you with the dribble. It's long. It's a long, long day. And the worst thing about it, as I said, he does it for 90 minutes though. This is 90 minutes. This brother's on the same thing. I don't know who the Everton right back was in the game. Listen, the Everton fans clapped him off. Brother, I know he was thinking, get me off this pitch. Get me off the pitch. Get me off the pitch because this brother has run me ragged the entire game. Run me ragged the entire game. It was long for you. It was long. You didn't come out of that looking great. Let's put you that way. Like as much as the Everton fans clapped you, I felt like that was just for sympathy purposes. Do you know what I'm saying? That weren't because you played so well against one of the better wingers in the league, and it wasn't that. It was not that at all, bro. That was pure and utter sympathy. You know what I'm saying? We just needed you to know and understand that. Listen, we know it could be difficult against, Doku, Man City as well. They're always getting the ball to him, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, it was a long day. It was a long day. But listen, it's just one of those things. But yeah, in terms of like the running, obviously, I was just having a little look-see now. Man City, next game is up against Brentford at home. Then they got Crystal Palace at home. Then they got the cup final. Then right, they still got games. Oh, so the cup finals then change. I didn't know. So you got cup final against Chelsea on the 16th. Then they've got Bournemouth away and then Villa at home, which, again, I'm looking at, some of these fixtures. Let's look at Arsenal's. Arsenal obviously got the Champions League semi, whether they get through or not. I don't know when that is actually played, to be fair, in terms of the final. I feel like it's on the 30th of May, so that will be at the end of the season. Obviously, they're not in the final, so all they've got is West Ham is their next Prem game away. Could they potentially drop points in that one? West Ham are fighting for their lives. Then they've got Burnley at home, which I feel like they'll just breeze through that one. And then it's Palace away again. Will Palace be dropping, drop some players because they might be in the final as well? So that's going to be a proper interesting one. When I'm looking at like the two fixtures, I'm going to say Man City got the harder fixtures. I mean, Bournemouth are flipping 6. I just looked at the table and I was like, this looked like Football Manager after a few years. Like, how Bournemouth 6? Villa, again, they could be in the final in the Europa League. So that's on the last game of the season. I don't know, man. I don't know. I feel like there's gonna be more twists and turns in this title running. But listen, in terms of that game, I think a draw is probably fair. I can't even. I'm trying to think. Like, I felt like Everton were they were good money for the 3-1. I can't even front. They were definitely good money. Man City were the better team at the beginning of the game. Then they obviously kind of came back into it. And I wouldn't even say they came back into it like they were just amazing. I feel like that was just Man City just, I don't know, it's like they decided now we got to kind of turn Super Saiyan now because it's actually getting long and we could actually lose this battle. And we definitely can't lose it. Do you know what I mean? Like we need Zenzu beans before anything. So yeah, they just quit. Kovacic, by the way, when he came on, yeah, he was the one player when he came on for Manchester City. It was that whole, he just played the ball forward. And I felt like Man City were too busy passing it around and, they're moving the ball a tad bit slower than they should be kind of moving it. I get it because you're up against like a sturdy defense like an Everton who like to sit in their shape and everything like that. But you just needed to move the ball a little piece quicker, man. And I feel if you had done that, maybe it would have, yielded more results, so to speak. But yeah, it was a good second half, definitely. First half was boring, but yeah, that second half it was good. It was definitely good. But yeah, like I say, the two players I look at was big up to Barry, by the way. He's an interesting player. I'll definitely say that. But yeah, big up to him for obviously getting his goals. I would say Kovacic and Doku. They were the two kind of standouts for me. Doku being my man of the match, but Kovacic, I just felt like when he came on, it just felt like Man City were like, okay, let's move the ball quicker and move the ball forward. He was looking for those passes in, to those players in the forward line kind of thing. So yeah, I'm gonna say those two. But yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know who do you think is winning the Premier League at this point because yeah, it's crazy right now. Crazy title race. Didn't expect City to drop points. I felt like when they went 1-0 up, I just thought it's going to be like a Burnley game where they could get another one, but it might be later on in the game. But when they didn't, obviously Everton decided that they kind of wanted to, turn up to the party as well. So it's going to be interesting. Last few games of the season. Who gets the title? I don't know, man. Let's just wait and see. Let me know your thoughts as to who's going to win the Premier League title in the comment section, people. And I'll catch you soon, man. Peace.